What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, another video. Gonna be knocking out a bumper iron for the Skyline today. I only have enough pipe to really make the top hoop now at the moment. I didn't get any for the bottom yet, so it's not going to be quite finished probably. It's going to be much like how I've made my one, like that, much the same. I'm just gonna, well, I've already measured up. I just ran the tape measure on the inside of the whole top here. It's about 2.4 or 2.5 meters or something, and the pipe I've got is like 2.6, so I'm just going to use that whole length there. So yeah, I'm just going to do what I did with my one and try follow sort of the curve of the bumper here. I don't know whether or not I'll just keep it straight along there and then kick it off there and then there, probably. Whether or not I have a bend in the center just to kind of keep it round-ish. I think I've done that with my one. Possibly, have I? Yeah, I've got a slight bend there in mine just so it keeps the bumper, so it looks more rounded if you haven't got the skin on the outside, if you're just running the iron. So I might do the same with that. So it pretty much means if that's the center there where it's rounded, I'll measure the center of the pipe and just put a slight kink in it and then just go out, you know, from the center, little kink, and then to the end, then a bigger kink. So yeah, I'll set up the bender and I'll just bend this pipe up. We'll make the top bit, I'll make some stays and then see where the positioning for the ones that will go into the into here will be sitting. So hopefully they line up pretty pretty good with the cutouts for the scoop there. So yeah, I didn't really think about that when I made those, so hopefully it works out. I just sort of based it on my ones working out. But yeah, we'll make a solution if it doesn't quite line up. So I'll get stuck into that. Alright, I got our first little bend here. So I've just laid it over top of the bumper and sort of eyeball where we want the next bend. And it's probably just going to be like here or something, eh? So like there, if it bends there, then it can kick off that way. So I will equally measure each side with the tape and just put a bit of a kink in it so it fucks off. Follow that line, then we'll do it for the end. Right, we've got 320 from the centre each side. 320, not quite 420. Oh. Alright, got the bends in there. I might do one extra one here, or maybe I wow, nah, I don't want to have it too aggressive there. I might go down a little bit further and do one a little extra one kink, and then we'll just get that last one in there, unless it's going to be okay. I think though if I do that, it might stick out here too far. I want to get it pretty close. I don't think it's going to matter too much though, because it can pick up on that bolt there, that little hole there. So it's got that, maybe we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I've made this up, and it kind of, well, the R32 on these guards here, like the bumper runs along here like this, and then this part here kind of interferes with the pipe if it was to run through here. And I don't really want to chop this because it sort of, probably want to mount it to the frame here, and then you can put the headlights through the holes that are here. So I don't really want to chop it out too much, so I might have to I don't know, maybe redo it as a better shape and maybe end it like here, because as it is done now, it sort of, it gets in the way kind of. So I might try use it for the bottom instead, like for the run in the bottom piece, and I'll redo it for the top. So I haven't got any more pipe for the time being, so I'm just gonna hold off on that. But what I have been doing in the meantime is just making up a bracket to hold my intercooler on the Sylvia, because I think I told you guys I was going to flip it and run it down at the front a bit more. So I've done this. I've just made up this little frame on the front here and got some tabs off the front of it. So I just got to drill the holes in it, and then I can bolt it up, you know, the regular way, and then come up with some sort of idea for a top bar to hold the top side of it, and then hold the oil cooler as well, and make it removable up here. So if I have to pull the motor, you know, you'd have to lift it up over the bar, you just up, straight out. So yeah, I'll probably end up cutting these tabs off and making up some sort of bolt system that goes to there or something like that. So yeah, I will, yeah, mount this up, I suppose. Yeah, this is the bumper back on anyway, so nice and at the front now. We're gonna make some scoops or something off the intercooler. Well, it doesn't really matter too much. The bulk of it's in line with the fucking airflow. So yeah, I have to find a place for the power steering cooler that I've got. Maybe I'll put it back up over top of the intercooler like I had it previously. I just had it sitting on top when it was up over here. So it might benefit being here somewhere in line with the scoop there where the, because I don't think the bonnet comes down that far, does it? I was about to say, where's my bonnet? But it's on the car, idiot. Yeah, we've got a little gap here for when it's oh, the bumper has to go back a little bit further. The line's not lining up, but yeah, have that little bit there for the power steering cooler to get flowed through. So that'll work out. So yeah, that, and I'll mount that oil cooler on the original frame here. I had it mounted there, but I want to get it more central just so it looks aesthetically pleasing. And I'll just make some tabs, maybe I'll make a whatever bracket I make for this. I'll make some other stays that go down to the oil cooler as well, and then just bolt it. Well, it'll be bolted down the bottom anyways, but I never had anything holding the top of it so it could wiggle, and I just don't want it wiggling too much. So yeah, that'll be that. And I might route these lines on this side so they can go through this way, so they'll come around the front here, and then because I'm rubbing here a bit, probably trim them down or whatever, but yeah, I'll route them that way. But yeah, no, a lot of activities in the front here for maintenance. Not that I need to do anything, but if something needs to happen now, we've got heaps of room to bloody put your hands and stuff and get it right in here, so lovely. And I get some to make some more piping as well, so I don't know why I want to make more piping, but I want to Wiggins clamp it actually, that's why I want to do it. I'm probably gonna, yeah, not probably, I will. I'll Wiggins clamp all 4 bits, so that'll be a bit trick. I don't know, I was contemplating whether or not I make another manifold as well. I had heaps of ideas I've been dreaming up, so whether or not they come to fruition or not, but I kind of wanted to make a nicer inlet manifold than this Chinese one. Whether or not just utilise the flange or something and make it, because they kick up these ones, these Chinese ones. I think they all do, but I wouldn't mind just a flat one come out and make it out of like, I don't know, I'm just thinking. I just want to tidy some stuff up. Like I don't like the throttle body and shit because it looks gross and square and blocky. It'd be nice to have like a aesthetic, like one that looks nice. The Hypertune and Plasma one looks nice because I like rounded and shit and CNC'd, but they're pretty expensive and I don't think I can make one. But we'll see what happens. I'll focus on the intercooler for now though. While I'm sitting here thinking too, I might move this oil filter to this side of the chassis rail so that all these lines and stuff are on the inside of the chassis, so there's nothing that can get, you know, nothing that can come in from the side here or anything and do any damage. So it'd be nice if it's all tight in here. The only thing is I have to make it accessible so it can actually still change the filter, but I think that gap there is still going to be good enough to get a filter off and through if I mount it up high enough. If it's there, yeah, it'll sit down to there, so it'll still come out through there, so that'll work out good. And yeah, that is all. Alright, it's been a while since I bloody was last out here. Well, kind of. It's been a while since I've done some filming actually. I can't remember where I was up to on the skyline with you guys. I think I might have informed you that I had bent that up a bit funky. It wasn't going to work with the way that the guards are on this, so I kind of had a break from this. I've only just got a sensor for it the other day to weld in for the intake temp. I did just get, we did get this fitting on, so that's sorted, but yeah, that's about all I've been doing on it for now. I've been meaning to get some more tube to make the rest of the front up, but yeah, I've just been potting around on my own car for the time being. I'll show you all guys what I have done. I made up this brace at the well, this removable brace at the top here to mount the intercooler. I don't know if I showed you, I made this bar down the bottom here. I think I did show you that, didn't I? the bottom to mount to. Then I just made up this top one. I just welded some plate off the front bars here. There's no real great way in my brain to make a removable bar for the front, because a lot of frames you see are just welded, you know, from there to there, and I don't like the idea of not being able to remove it, because it's so much easier when you can just lift the motor up. If the motor needs to come out, motor and box up like 100 mil or something, and just drag the whole thing forward and it comes out without having to lift it right over a support. So the only way I could come up with, I've seen another way of doing it which I like, but it's another engineering around here that I don't want to copy, so out of respect for that and not being a copycat, I decided to make this setup, which is the only thing I could really come up with. It's just a bit of thin pipe with a dimple dyed bit of plate in there, sort of just tube weld onto the ends and just bolted through there on these tabs, so don't look too bad with the bumper and everything on. So yeah, so I've done that. You can probably see I've pulled off my manifold and shit. I dreamed up about me making a new manifold one day, because a Plasma Man one, like all the good looking ones like Plasma Man, Hypertune, PRP, they're all fucking like $3 or $4 grand to buy. So, and I hate this like $300 one, it's just gross. So I figured I would make my own one that, you know, kind of resembled one of a tidier one. So that's what I've been doing for the interim. I sort of dreamt up some ideas of mounting the power steering pump and then an alternator on the side there, and then I dreamt up about going electronic power steering, but then I dreamt up about fucking the alternator not being able to keep up with that, but I'm still on the fence about it. And what else was there? Oh, that front plate I was dreaming up about making. I was looking into it, I was researching what you actually meant to do. Like, it's more of a drag car kind of thing, where they solidly tie it to the chassis, and I don't want to tie my whole setup to the chassis, because I got that the HGT box in this is like a full billet case, and I don't want the whole thing to be like solid mounted and then stress the aluminium box. So I like it all rubber mounted. So, but if I front plate it, apparently you're meant to mid plate them as well, which is another brace in the middle. So you've got effectively 3, but then making a middle brace is a bit of an arse, because all the shit that's in the way is, especially the exhaust and stuff and the steering rack and blah blah blah. So I think it's more of a empty bare drag car sort of go-to thing. I did see a few people running the front plate, sorry, just the front plate, and then the trans mount, but it's a lot of twist in the middle. So because your whole, I suppose your crankshaft is doing all the torque, and then let's go through the clutch, and the clutch is like mediating the difference in torque to the gearbox, and that's where the twist point's going to be. So I didn't want it to be like mounted either end and then like twisting right in the center and stress that. So yeah, that's been running through my head as well. Plus, if I made the front plate, I wouldn't be able to mount the power steering pump, because it would all just not work with the plate in the way. So I've just put that on the back burner for now, and I'm making a manifold instead. So I did dream up making up, this is the factory runner that's on a 1J, goes on there first, and your injectors will bolt to it, and then the aftermarket plenum you buy, like that style one, goes on this end, bolts all together in sandwiches. And all the ones you buy are all like one piece, and I do like the idea of one piece, because you got one less gasket to blow through here. Not that you're going to be blowing them all the time, but you know, it's better not to take the risk. So I think what I'm going to do, I wanted to make up a new front piece of this on the mill, but I don't think my milling skills are there quite yet, and that machine, because I don't know, because these here are machined on an angle, and I'm not confident in me making it flat and then twisting it at a certain angle, repositioning, like re-centering the mill start point, and then doing that bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off like down the middle-ish, like here, just trim that bit off, and then I'll just weld up some pipes to here. And then what I might do is make this style of this plate here, I might cut that on the out on the mill out of that plate there, because it's about only 10 mil, that stuff. The only thing is it's got the trumpets or the velocity stacks in there. I don't know if you can see them, but you know those how they roll over the edges. It gives the air not so fucking get off there. The air on those velocity stacks, if it's a sharp edge, the air flows over the edge and it misses out on the inner corner, if you know what I mean. I don't really fucking have a pen to show you in here, do I? Pause. Alright, I found a pen. What I was trying to go on about is just a quick bit of tech tips for those velocity stacks that they put in manifolds, and as well as like non-turbo cars as well. Like what I was going on about is if that's your tube and that's the edge there, like your manifold, like if we're looking at it top down, like that's your manifold like that. If you've got a square edge, the air wants to flow and it doesn't just go down the square edge like that, it sort of arcs and flows like that. So you've got a pocket like right there of dead space. So when you have a velocity stack which is like that, the air follows the curve of the velocity stack and doesn't have that dead spot. So that's the reasoning for those. So I'm hoping what I can do is cut the shape out on this and hopefully like chamfer the edge of that plate to be like a velocity stack, so it sort of achieves the same thing, because these ones here, they sort of stick them out. They're sort of, you can see in there now with a bit of light, they come out further, like they're not flush with the inner side plate, they actually step out. So I'm hoping, I'll do some research and see what the go is, but I'm pretty sure you should be able to just have this plate here curved and I'll be able to just make the manifold off this plate. So yeah, that's my dream anyway. We'll see how it turns out. If I fuck it up, I'm just gonna have to buy another manifold. But it shouldn't be too bad. It should be pretty easy. Like effectively, when you think about it in pieces, like if you were to piece it all together, that's just a bit of like alley tube cut in half. That's a bit of alley bend cut in half as well. So like that's your bend, so it'd be a separate piece. That's another bend, and this is just sheet top, so shouldn't be too bad. So I'm just bored really, so I just want something to do and a reasoning to make videos. So that's that. So yeah, I'm just gonna chop this right down here roughly, and then I'll put it in the mill and I'll fly cut or face mill it all flat, and then should give me a nice tubes to weld to, because these centers will be effectively gone. So I'll be able to I'll show you when I've done it anyway. Alright, sorry guys, this video's probably all over the fucking place. I haven't been out in the shed a lot over the last couple of weeks, so that's why I haven't put anything out for a little while. So I'll come out today on a Sunday. Probably do nothing on my car today, as I was going on about making that manifold, but I didn't get any, well, I haven't sorted anything out for it really. So I'm just carrying on with the bumper for Jared's Skyline. I've bent up a new hoop for the top. I think I told you a little bit ago that the other one wasn't really going to work, so I've just bent another one up. I've got these pipes that I had already bent into a hoop for this. I was going to make the front frame here out of this tube, but then I decided not to, but it came in handy because I cut them in half and now they're going to make the stays for the pipe here, for the in-betweeners here, so work out good. So yeah, I've just got those notched and cut to length at the moment, so I'll probably position them in there, tack them on, and then sit it on the car and then see if the because these are going to be out of the pipes out of the front, these pipes, so I just have to see that they're going to work and not be too far like one way. Otherwise I have to offset the pipe a little bit to make it slide in there, but I think it's pretty close. So yeah, I'll get those tacked on and dummy it up and see what the alignment's all like. So right now I've got the bumper cable tied to the guards just in the corners here and just propped up on the front. Bit of wood. I've got the bar in the top here, and I'll just somehow prop it up to the top and then slide the well, see where these are going to line up, because I kind of have to, those pipes are going to go in between these solid parts obviously, but depending on where this is centralized, whether or not the pipes can go straight down or if they have to be angled or yada yada. So yeah, we'll get this lined up and then see what sort of orientation they've got to be on. Probably have to prop that up there a little bit as well, just to get it a bit better. Right, I've just trimmed these little sections out of the guards here because they sort of interfered with the pipe running through here to hold the rest of the bumper up. So I've just trimmed those out and left material so you can still bolt the headlights to here, and it's still, you know, got some sort of sturdiness to it, you know, for what it's going to be useful. Alright, I've propped it up again now that the pipe clears through the inner guard there. So I just cut some tube to slip in here and give it a bit of a notch, just set it in there and then position the stays so they lined up with them. I'll just tack that one there on. So it should be sweet to pull back off now, and I'll position the lower bar on the bottom stays, so pull the bumper skin off, whatever, position in there, and yeah, weld it up pretty much and drill some holes, it'll be done. Toby, what are you doing? Yeah, whether or not I actually make some extra stays for the edges, like the ends, I never did it on my bumper, like I'm talking about like in here, like it's just one extra each side, but yeah, we'll see what it looks like. I don't really see the benefit of having another one in there. It just makes this corner, while this corner's like, if it takes an impact it'll just all fold in and you can just replace it, whereas if it's fucking a bit too sturdy, you know, whatever happens there, don't know. I might add them in there, we'll see. Visit off the car. So yeah, I'll just put that one there in the bottom there. Hopefully it all just lines up pretty good, and yeah, sick. Alright, I had to do some cleaning up of the notches and whatnot to get the gaps a bit better, because some of them were a bit funky. But this is it all tacked together and on there. I've just pulled it out of the bumper so it fits in the bumper as well. So yeah, come out sweet. I haven't fully welded it yet, just want to make sure it fit in the tubes first. Seems to be alright. So yeah, still undecided whether or not go from there to there or not, but probably doesn't really need it. But yeah, I'll get that fully welded up and fucking then attach the bumper to it. Alright, I got it fully welded up now. It still fit, which is good. Didn't warp too much. Yeah, I'll stick the bumper on it, see how it looks. Alright, that's it, just sitting on there for now. I've just set it on the iron, on the steel up top here, just hit cable tied it in the corners just to get it where it's gonna sit. I'll put the bonnet on, shit, make sure it's all like proper, and then just have to make some tabs or some mounting points off the iron really. That is pretty close to there, so I might just put a riv nut in the bottom there and bolt it to the bottom of both sides there, and I don't know, somewhere in here or something, there's already a hole there, maybe I can make a tab off the bar up into there and just mount it there. That way the fiberglass is mounted to the iron, so when we take the bumper off you can just slide the whole thing out, kind of like the rear one. So, and then when it's bolted, I don't know what we're going to do about that, but maybe I'll make another tab in the end there to hold the corners right up to the guard so you don't have to run a tie, so it's just mounted straight off there or something. We'll find a way. But yeah, that's pretty much it done for now. Sweet. So yeah, probably by the end of the video then. Since I haven't put one out in a while, I don't want to carry on and then not get it done and then not be bothered to edit it later. So yeah, that's pretty much complete, so we'll leave it at that. Yeah, don't know what else to finish up on. I think can't remember what I was going on about my car with all this shit, but yeah, I think it was making a manifold or something, wasn't I? I'll get that stuff sorted during the week, and a couple other things sorted during the week as well for the Skyline, just little bits and bobs to sort of nip it up, but the bulk of it is probably done, so that's exciting. So yeah, like the video, subscribe, we'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully I don't fucking leave it too long this time, but I'll get my ass in the gear and pump one out, we'll do some more work. So cheers for watching guys, see you next time.